Hello YouTube family, and welcome to another episode of Validated Prison Stories. I'm your host, J.O. If this is your first time watching the channel, thank you. And if you like the content, go ahead and validate the channel by smashing the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Also, share this video with your friends and family on all your social media platforms. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about what's going on inside the penitentiaries right now with all this other stuff that's going on outside in the free world. As everybody knows, there's rioting, looting, and there's also peaceful protesting taking place. You don't hear as much about that as you do the rioting and looting. In prison, for the most part, from my experience in Washington State, I can't speak for any other state but Washington State and Kansas, but I'm talking about Washington State specifically. Even Kansas was similar. The streets and what's going on out there, unless it directly affects what's going on inside of prison, you don't change. Things don't change up in the penitentiary because of what's going on out here. I'll give you an example. I remember in 2008 when Barack Obama was elected president, sitting in the day room, chilling, playing pinochle. Was on the grid table playing pinochle. I was either on the grid table or the poker table, one of the two. But anyways, we're sitting there and we're watching, CNN. We're watching the votes coming in. And I remember thinking, that Barack Obama was going to win. I remember thinking, man, this guy's going to win. I wasn't into politics then, like I am now. But I still just remember thinking, wow, this is really going to happen, in my lifetime. I was excited for it. And we were in the day room. Votes coming in. And I remember when it was obvious that Mr. Barack Obama was going to win the election. You saw the white boys that were in the day room, and they just whatever, and walked out of the day room. But there was some discontent, with that situation, but it wasn't nothing that caused any type of shutdown, within the prison, or didn't cause any riots in the prison. It doesn't. Listen, being in prison, you don't want to be locked down, so you don't, if it doesn't directly affect you and your program or your car's program, or your people's program within the prison, man, they're not tripping off none of this stuff. You know what I mean? It's just they're not gonna get their stuff shut down because of stuff that's going on in the real world that they can't control. They have no control over it whatsoever. So, it's I had got a request to do a video, about what's going on in prison right now with all this stuff going on the outside. And to be honest, there's nothing. It's nothing is nothing's going on. People are right now. People in prison are trying to figure out a way to get out from, on this coronavirus stuff, and trying to get this stuff handled and taken care of and everything. So it's not a, they're not going to allow this to affect what's going on in prison. Now, I know that it's in a way that it is impacting the prisons is like this. So today I went to the store. I went to go put some money on a card, and the stores are closed, man. Walmart was closed. This was at like 5 o'clock. Walmart was closed. Walgreens was closed. Fred Meyer's was closed. Everything's closed. The only thing that was open was an Albertsons, and they were closing, getting ready to close soon. Now, with the combination of the virus and this, people that are in prison right now, their struggles and their concerns are, am I going to get the, my money, my regular money on my books? If you have the luxury of having regular stable money being put on your books, where's my money? Is it going to be on time? Is it going to be there? Do I owe any debts? You know what I mean? And people on the inside, they're going to be leery. You know what I mean? They're going to be a little more leery. They're going to be a little more, hey man, how do I know that, is it good? Are you good? Is the money good? You know what I mean? So that's how it's affecting. That is, people aren't able to go into the stores and, send money, that way. And also the visiting, man. I heard like in most all the states, visiting is shut down. You know what I mean? And that's, man, that is, that's not good, man. That's really not good. You got people in there that's sick. They're dealing with the virus inside the prison. Now you're telling me I can't have my family come and see me. For God knows, I've heard. I was on I think it was Facebook or something, but I seen the one where a lady had said that they were told by the prison, and it was somewhere in the Midwest, I want to say, that visitation might not be open the rest of the year. That's crazy. That's insane. There's still 6 months. There's still a half a year left. You know what I mean? So, man, it's, there's a lot of things going on right now in the world. We're living in some very strange times. But as far as prison, man, as far as the operations and the day-to-day workings of prison in Washington State, ain't nothing changed, man. People sitting at the poker table and pinochle table right now, man. I tell you, there's a lot of people, saving money because, right now is usually the NBA playoffs, and man, with no basketball going on, there's no betting going on. There's no baseball going on right now. There's no, fights on a regular basis. I guess they did have the one fight, but I mean, man, people right now in prison are playing a lot of cards, man. A lot of cards. Reading lots of books. I'm thankful that I'm out, and that I'm not in there during this time because man, that would suck. It would suck. No visitation, no nothing. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. A lot of weird things. I've never seen a Walmart close at 5 o'clock in the evening. Never. Never seen that. And in Walmart up here in Washington, Walmart is like the big thing for sending money to somebody's books. You can go in there and send it, via Western Union, MoneyGram, however, whatever it is. And so people aren't, if you didn't get it done, today before 5 o'clock, you're not getting your money. Not today anyways. Strange, man. It's really strange. Really strange. Never seen anything like this on the outside. Never. In all 37 years of my existence, I've never seen anything like this. This is very bizarre. And then, as far as the writing, here in Olympia, they had, even here in Olympia last night they had some stuff, and I guess, they're gonna have some more stuff tonight. Man, I'm torn so many directions when it comes to this entire situation. It's so sad. Everything that's going on, I'm hearing things that I'm like, this can't be true. Can't be true. I feel saddened right now for the human race. I'm hurt by what's going on. This is sad, man. And we're the United States of America. We're supposed to be the upper echelon of the world. We're supposed to be setting high standards, And we have New Zealand, who is doing a march for the United States for civil rights and liberties, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Are you serious right now? It's usually the other way around. The United States is marching for other countries. This is absurd. It just doesn't make any sense to me, man. I don't know, man. Mr. Floyd's, rest in peace, Mr. Floyd, his brother came out and said, that this is not, the rioting and looting is not what his brother would want, And it's sad because on one hand, I see where destroying your local community's businesses is wrong, is completely wrong. I get it. I understand. This is not the way Dr. Martin Luther King and some of the other civil rights leaders would have wanted. That's not how they wanted things to go. That's not, and it's not right. It's not right to go out and pillage and plunder and destroy like that. It's really not. On the other hand, I see and empathize with the frustration of these people, And again, this is not a white and a black thing. This is a human race thing. This is a police brutality against the human race thing. This is not a white and black thing. It just so happens that you're going to hear, because the powers that be make sure that you see what it is, the agenda that they're pushing. So we must be intellectually more in tune and aware of what's going on, because this is not a race thing as far as white black. It's not. This is a police brutality thing, and I empathize with the people who say, you know what, we've tried to do this. Colin Kaepernick took a knee, said, I'm fighting for police injustice. I'm raising awareness for police brutality. and excessive force. What happened to Colin Kaepernick? You know? The man was, you know, was silenced as much as possible by the NFL and you know, blackballed out of a job. So what's the message that's being sent? Is this is what we do, you know, to people that are trying to raise awareness? We silence them. We make sure they don't play the game of football ever again. So these people are frustrated and they're hurt. And it's part of human psychology that hurt people. And so they don't know what to do, you know, and I empathize with that. I see both sides of the coin. Do I agree with the rioting and looting? No, I do not. I do not condone it at all. Do I understand why they're doing it? Yes, I do. I do. You know, in prison, you'll never form there's no peaceful protesting in prison. That is something that just doesn't happen. You cannot protest in prison. As far as a group demonstration, you cannot do it. If you do it, and they find out that you're the leader of that, they're gonna slam your ass in the hole, and you're gonna be on ad seg for, you know, a while. So in prison, riots happen and destruction happens because there's no other way to get their point across of, hey, the food sucks, man. Quit feeding us like fifth graders. You know, we're tearing shit up until you come and talk to us and address this issue. It's crazy, you know, and that's the only way that things can change in prison. We're not in prison though. We're not talking about a prison issue. So I'm not I'm not I'm not in support of rioting and looting. It breaks my heart. It hurts me because I love humanity. I love the human race. I love people. And I'm all for the progression of people. And this right here just is hurtful. You know, and it's like, man, dang, really? It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And I hope that things get back on track real soon. I really do. You know, I anticipate that we're going to be finding out soon. I believe much sooner than later that the things that are going on right now in our world are not a coincidence. And that the things that are going on right now are a lot more calculated than what we know and what we think. There's a lot of things going on right now that if you really put your thinking cap on and you really dive off into the deep end about what's going on, man, whew. As my guy JD, my homeboy JD from Prison Break Raw says, get that aluminum foil hat on. Man, we're gonna find out some stuff. We're gonna find out soon. The things that's going on in this country right now is just is crazy. And there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. and it's sad. It's sad, and man, man. I know that kind of got off track a little bit from the original subject of the video, but this is just an interesting time, in our history, and I hope that we bounce back. I really do. So, with that being said, um, I want to give a brief mention of what's going on with the channel. I got an interview coming up with JD from Prison Break Raw. Man, big salute to you. Can't wait to sit down with him and chop it up, and he's a good dude. Makes you think. He's one of those guys that makes you think, and that's good for an intellectual level. Big shout out, Nate Dogg 916, man. I'm ready to come back and do a collab with you and Sandman. Big shout out to Nicole from Real Talk Recovery. I did an interview with her on her channel, and you can check me out over there, and check her channel out. She has a good recovery group going on over there, and I got some other things in the oven. I'm trying to get situated, get dealt with. So I'm gonna try to be putting out some more content on a much more regular basis. I've had a lot of things going on in my life and whatnot, and I've been really busy, but try to get this steered back on track. And to my subscribers, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with me. I'm building this channel slow and steady, but that's okay because I want the real ones, and we will, we'll grow, we'll continue to grow, slow and steady. So until next time, man, take care of yourself, take care of each other, spread love, not hate, stay up and stay out.